Matthew 25, 1 to 13, the parable of the 10 virgins. Matthew 25, 1 to 13 records a parable spoken by Jesus during his discourse on the Mount of Olives, where he described the approaching consummation of the age that then stood. The narrative follows directly from his description of the coming judgment upon Jerusalem and the end of the Old Covenant order. Within that setting, the parable illustrates the distinction between those who were prepared for the arrival of the bridegroom and those who were not. The Lord begins, "Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom." The imagery is drawn from first-century Jewish wedding customs. A bridegroom would come at night to receive the bride and bring her into the marriage celebration. Those awaiting him would carry lamps or torches to participate in the procession. The setting assumes expectation and anticipation of his imminent arrival. 10 virgins are presented. 5 are described as wise and 5 as foolish. The wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, while the foolish took their lamps but no additional oil. Oil was necessary for the lamp to continue burning through the night. Without it, the lamp would soon go out. The contrast establishes two conditions among those awaiting the bridegroom. Verse 5 states that the bridegroom delayed, and they all slumbered and slept. The delay does not indicate a distant or indefinite future, but rather the short period between Christ's ascension and the culmination of the age in the judgment that was soon to come upon Jerusalem. During that interval, those within Israel who heard the proclamation of the kingdom waited for the fulfillment of what had been promised. At midnight a cry was heard, "Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him." The sudden announcement signifies the moment when the anticipated arrival takes place. The virgins arise and trim their lamps. The foolish then realize their lamps are going out and ask the wise for oil. The wise reply that there will not be enough for both and direct them instead to obtain oil for themselves. While the foolish go to buy oil, the bridegroom arrives. Those who were ready enter with him into the marriage feast, and the door is shut. The imagery of the shut door reflects the finality of the transition that occurred when the old covenant age came to its end and the kingdom stood fully manifested. Later, the other virgins come, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us." But he answers, "Verily I say unto you, I know you not." The statement echoes earlier words spoken in Matthew's gospel concerning those who claimed association yet were not recognized within the covenant community established through the Messiah. The parable closes with the statement, "Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh." In the context of the discourse, the exhortation addressed those living within that generation who stood at the threshold of the great transition foretold by the prophets and announced by Christ. Within the imagery of the wedding feast, the arrival of the bridegroom represents the coming of the Son of Man in judgment and vindication, bringing the long-anticipated fulfillment of the covenant promises. The faithful remnant entered into the joy of the kingdom as the old covenant order passed away, and the new covenant stood revealed in its completed form. Thus, the parable portrays the closing moments of the age in which Israel had long lived under the law, and the arrival of the bridegroom who established the fullness of the kingdom through his finished work. The narrative contrasts those prepared for that covenantal transition with those who remained outside when the door was finally shut.